Alrighty guys, just Uncharted here. A little bit of deja vu going on. Obviously, I already recorded this video once before, but after talking with a couple of my friends from DoJ, they made a couple good points where I may not want to directly talk about the ongoing issue too much into detail, because that, if I do want to come back to the community, that will be taken into consideration going forward. But I still want to leave you guys with some sort of update. Leave the playlist with some sort of update, just to let people know that didn't see the original rendition of this video, that, what happened. And I'm going to keep it a little bit more on the TLDR side because of that original video that was up for a couple days before I took it down in favor of redoing it. The long story short of it is that pretty much me and Kai were doing a scene, and we had a scene planned. The trooper ended up kind of escalating his use of force a little bit. Granted, my character did leave the vehicle on a traffic stop, which would definitely, freak any officer out. But at the same time, he kind of didn't, he didn't follow his use of force and instantly decided to tase me instead of, giving me verbal commands or something. That, of course, pissed me off and threw me off the rails and completely soured the mood a little bit. So I ended up chewing him out, up one side, down the other. His response didn't help either, and I pretty much called him an asshole, told him to go fuck himself, and left the server. So that obviously, that led me to get a couple policy violations combined with my previous mandated leave of absence. It was enough to deem me unfit for the community, so I was removed from the community at the end of the day. And I wanted to kind of defend myself a little bit, but I was in too much emotional distress to actually say what I wanted to say. I do still wish they would have given me at least a couple more minutes to kind of mentally calm down and actually say my piece and defend myself instead of pleading with them. But I guess it's understandable that they were just done and with putting up with my crap. So obviously, if I am to rejoin the community after this, first of all, I have a minimum 6-month wait. That is, unless my appeal goes through, but won't know for sure until I get a response from them, obviously. So, waiting on that. But worst comes to worst, I have to wait 6 months, so sometime in December I can come back. But if I do come back, there is a couple things I'd probably do a little bit differently. Obviously, I'd have to re-earn the trust of the community, right? Re-earn the trust of the community and re-earn my place within the community, as well as the friend circle that I was with as well, because people are probably going to be a little bit hesitant to reassociate with me given what happened. So I will have to rebuild that bridge and all that stuff, which I completely understand, of course. But a couple of things that I'd probably do differently is that, once I'm able to re-earn my place within the media team, is I'd probably try not to create an episode out of absolutely everything. Because, even before getting into the media team, I recorded all my patrols, which is allowed and is actually encouraged just in case you need evidence for something, either to prove your own innocence or to assist with an ongoing case, an ongoing investigation against somebody else, right? It's always encouraged to keep a copy of your patrol available, so if you need to make a clip of it for, a staff member, you can do that, right? And that's what I always did. But when I became a media team, I always recorded for the sake of creating an episode, because I was stuck with that mindset of, if I can't make a video out of this, then what's the point? And I mean, so Furious, who isn't even in DOJ, has been trying to tell me for years now is that not everything needs to be recorded or streamed or anything like that. And I think that this was finally a wake-up call of, yeah, not everything needs to turn into an episode. So I'd probably record my patrols as if I wasn't a media member, if I am able to re-earn my way into the community and build myself up to where I was. I'd probably do that. Like, I just record as if I was just recording for evidence and not for media. And worst comes to worst, I could always pre-record my own intro and outro snippets like I used to do to, you know, edit in there in post. Like I always do. Like I have done before. Right, with the little, you know, maybe minute-long most, just kind of giving some context as to the story and what happened in the episode and all that stuff. So, I could always just do that in post if I do turn it into an episode, but not everything has to be an episode at the end of the day. So that's one thing I'd probably do differently. A second thing I'd probably do differently is not put so much activity requirements on myself, because that kind of led to a lot of stress and kind of a lot of backlash as well, because the main reason why I wanted full-time media before is so I'd be exempt from activity requirements, and the media admins, media staff didn't really like that too much, right? Because it's kind of like a privilege and an extra perk and not the sole reason why the full-time media exists. So that's probably something I'd change as well by simply not putting as many responsibilities on myself, right? Because to be fair, I don't know how willing I'd be to go back into the criminal side of the community. At the very least, I'd probably rejoin the Reapers, just so Jessica Longbow can be reunited with Alex Brooke, and I'd kind of, you know, take the L, take a bit of humble pie, and just go through the prospect phase again, just so, like I said, Jess and Alex can be together and they continue that story. Oh, sorry, I'm still kind of sick here, so bear with me. I mean, I'd probably still do main Civ and then reserve in like SCHP, BCSO, LSPD, and Fire, because I really liked making those episodes, and I still wanna, and I'd want to do that again. But in terms of the Civ side, I probably wouldn't join like 10 businesses and like 6 different criminal organizations, because that was a lot of added well, not really unnecessary, but just a lot of added hourly activity requirements every month on me, which also causes a hell of a lot of stress and all that stuff. So I'd probably not do that again. Like I said, at least to start with, you know, once I kind of get comfortable in the community again and I re-earn my place and all that stuff, then I could probably slowly start adding more. At the very least, the one criminal organization I'd probably rejoin is the Reapers, and then I'd probably rejoin Ammunition, Roger Salvage, G6, and maybe Merryweather again. I'd probably stagger it as well, like maybe join like once a month, one new business a month, or maybe one new business every couple of months, right? Because the main reason why I don't want to rejoin criminal organizations all that much is because I really don't want to be, you know, the punching bag of the gang for a month again. Because regardless of what happened, I still am going to feel like I already earned my place in these gangs before already. Right? I don't want to have to fucking re-earn my place again. But at the same time, I also understand that, you know, I was removed for unfit. I'm probably going to be away from the community for a while, and things can change in 6 months. So I'm going to have to, like, you know, reorientate myself and all that stuff. So if I do end up rejoining things, I would have to just, like I said, suck it up, take the L, and just kind of, you know, take the humble pie and just kind of, you know, roll with it, right? And not let, you know, my out of character emotions screw up in character interactions like what happened twice, which got me removed in the first place. But that is pretty much that on that front. How many times can I say that in a single sentence? In terms of the backlog, I already deleted them a long time ago. I was never going to get through 300 plus episodes to begin with. And to be fair, having a clean slate to come back to if and when I rejoin the community. Like, I mean, I do want to rejoin the community, but just more moderation is probably the way to go. Just moderation in general, alright? Don't try to make an episode out of everything, and don't join as many things when I know I struggle to keep up with all the activity requirements, because I don't want to make DOJ a full-time job, and that's kind of how I treated it. So, yeah, I wasn't going to get through 300 episodes, and plus with all the drama and stuff that was going down with this, that, and the other thing, a clean slate's probably for the best. So that is what's going to happen there. So definitely a lot shorter of this time around, but yeah, that's pretty much what happened. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the story that came out of it, regardless. And hopefully I can have a triumphant return and a more successful return, and just a more successful, more enjoyable return to begin with. But obviously we won't know that. We won't know that until I hear back from the people and all that stuff. So worst comes to worst, like I said, a 6-month wait sometime into September. And yeah, I just, you know, for those of you sticking around after, even though, because I know a lot of my recent new subs and stuff came from DOJ, so I mean, if I'm not going to be a DOJ creator anymore, I'd understand if people just kind of move on to other creators who don't cause drama in the community. So, you know, but for those of you who do stick around, yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.